Good evening guys, and welcome to my channel. I got a request if I could show you how I did these small clusters that I showed on my social media the other day. So let's do a few together and see what we can do this time. I'm going to build them up in the same way I did these ones, but with a little other decorations. So I will put these aside and we can get started. I did these papers to use, and these are just these are ordinary, not original, old book papers, and these papers are a bit special in quality, so they take on watercolor really nice. Get this nice pattern on them. So I did that, and then I used this tissue paper and did the same thing. I colored it with watercolor in different shades so that I can use them in my clusters. And I also have these pattern paper for making clothes in this nice turquoise color, and also a few that are just coffee dyed. So we're going to use some of these and make some more clusters today. I have prepared a little tray with everything we will need: paper, decorations, textile, small roses, lace. So everything is near in hand. I'm going to use copies of my old labels from my farm as a focal point. So I will do them a little bit more not so colorful. So I will put these aside for now and go for these lighter ones, more old-fashioned looking, and crumble them. I like that better than when they are totally flat. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Eight to start with. So if you want to, you can use more than one layer and just put them kind of like this, across on each other, so they will be a bit thicker, and then it will be wider in size. So that's totally up to you how many layers you want to do. I like layers, so I often do like this, or you can even just tear them apart and lay them in different directions. So then they will be a bit more fun to work with. So the next layer I'm going to use is cheesecloth, and you can use whatever you have. This is some coffee dyed that will be perfect for today's project, as I'm going to use the old looking labels. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see if I need to get some more. I want them to stick out a bit so we can see every piece. And this is clusters, so you can just make them any way you want. There are no rules about these, how to make them. So it's totally up to you how you want to play with it. So let's go for some white on these ones. That was lace. So that was layer number 2. I need one more. Did I have one more cut up? Yes. There we go. Okay. So the next layer will be some textile. And I'm going to use a few that are a little bit more neutral. I have some with printed text on and some white ones. Can take a couple of blue. If you want more than one layer of these, you can just do that. That's okay. Maybe do one with text and another one with some pattern. Like that maybe. Then we are going for a thin lace. So I will keep in this part of the tray. taking these small pieces and just put them on. And then I'm going for some heavier lace. Something maybe a bit crocheted. I think this one had one of those. This one had a thin one, but this one that hadn't any of the thinner sort, so let's give that to him. I'm just playing now, putting down lace pieces here and there if I think we need some more somewhere. Okay, so I think we need to start glue this together so we don't totally lose track of everything. I'm going to sew these, so I'm just taking my glue and put a little piece down and then layer it all on top of each other, kind of where I put it now when I just laid it down. And I'm trying to put it so I can see all the layers, like maybe pull it together and make sure that each of the layers are seen. So I'm just pulling this up, put the next layer down, put glue on the next piece of textile, here I have 3 pieces of thin paper, and then the cheesecloth with a piece of lace that was stuck, so let's give it the opportunity to stay. light gluing or something like that. Just put it on. Don't think too much that everything needs to be on a certain place. Relax and put it down. This is something you can't do mistakes with, so just have fun. Enjoy the process of making beautiful things. I will do like this and lift it up instead, and it's more like in the right position. Then you can just put it down like this. I got inspired to start my creativity journal for this year, so it was really nice weather outside, so I got all these ideas about nature journals and these journals that I always carry with me in the summertime for memories and soulful notes. I like to read them in the winter time when I can't feel the nature in my body. So I have actually done that, started the journal with intention to use it as a diary during the summer. I have made it with textile so that I can do whatever I want. It's more easy to do it like that instead of just using paper. I can still put paper in it if I want, but I can do more pockets in textile and put in more lace and kind of make it more in a way that it can hold things for a long time. I can do some embroidery if I would like to, and sew in different things. So don't be afraid and think that it's some kind of difficult journal to make. It's the same thing as all the other journals I make. The only thing that is different is that I use textile to begin with, so I get this more sturdy base, so I can be more creative and playful. That was not the right one. We should have the cheesecloth first. Let's take 2. And then the laces. A thin one. And a thin one. And a thicker one. Okay, I think we have all glued down. Now you see, it's not so difficult. Just put it down and it looks beautiful like this in a few minutes. So then I'm thinking a strip of some paper, book paper or embossed paper. So I'm just taking a strip of some paper and put it where I think it's a good spot. You don't need to do this if you don't like. You can have just textile if you want. And you can of course do it on one or two. You don't need to do it on every one. And you can be a bit do it another way and put it under the other way. Like that maybe. Save the other ones. So the next step is the labels, and I have used different kinds. With flowers and text and then I will use my old ones from my farm. But this one could be nice on the blue papers. I'm bending it and crumble it a bit, so it will look a little bit more old. Ripping part of it so it looks even older. This will go with the blue one. Maybe one more with some colors. Did I have 3 blue? Maybe I don't need to use all of this. Cutting it into 2 pieces. No white edges. Those are done. 3 more. Let's take 2. I can be naughty and break my own rules. That's good. bending a couple of corners. And one more. Should we have a brown one or a white one? White, I think. Okay, that was the labels. And now the final decoration with some small pieces of something nice, like roses or some bling. Let's see what we have. These ones are cute. And long. Cutting a few in two. Some blue leaves. Blue flower. Okay. This one I think needs something dark. Like a couple of dark roses. These roses is cut from a ribbon with small roses. And then I have colored them in different. They were white like this from the beginning. So I have colored all of them too. No. I think this one is done. This one needs bling. These pieces are from Nearest Laces. I got a lot of beautiful laces from her. I will link her below so that you can go and check her things out. kind of don't like silver on brown, so let's take a white flower instead with a little bit of bling. Let's put on a couple of flowers in the other corner. And this one. No, that's too blue. Let's go for 3 roses. In this boring corner. This needs blue. Or even turquoise, maybe we should call it. I think I will go with one on the other side, the other end. This felt like it needed something blingy. So I'm just going to make it blingy with a bit of gold. Just that little shimmer, so it won't be boring. That's the wrong blue, so we need to go with white, or do we have a brown left? And this one will have some of these dirty blue roses. I have coffee dyed them, so they look a bit old and dirty. I want one in the other side of the other end. And the last one will get some tatting. And a couple of blue roses. You can use buttons or pearls would be nice, but I don't want them to be too bulky, so I'm keeping the flat stuff. So then I will finish this off with a rusty little needle. I have rusted these myself, but you can find it in my Etsy shop if you don't want to do it yourself. I have packs with 60 needles and some laces and old book papers. That give it that rustic feeling. I just need to take a bit of glue of my fingers so I can get the needle to not stick on my fingers. And these are rusted for real, so it's no color. This is real rust. Put that in the middle of the label. You can see it get rusty right away. Like that. Love the rust. Three more needles, then we are done. This was a thick needle. I need to take some help from my table. Did go very well with the brown roses. Like so. So I think we are done. I will just put these things away and we can line them up and look at them. Like that. Really cute ones. And you can of course put more things on them if you would like to. The sky is the limit, so you can just put on more and more. You can build them to a whole page if you would like to. That could work too. So I hope you got some snippet clusters done, so you can have some to play with. So if you need needles, go to my Etsy shop, and I will also do some sets this weekend with some of these old labels, some needles, old book papers, some laces, so you can do your own clusters. So I can get them a bit special like this. So I will try to get them done during the weekend. So in the beginning of next week I will have them in my Etsy shop. And if you have any other things that you would like me to put in the shop that you are missing and need, please let me know and I will try to find it and put it in the shop for you. Thank you for watching and see you soon again. Bye bye from Sweden.